So, guys, the debates are happening, which I'm glad we figured out the tech issues here, because the debates are happening. And check out this. This is fun. This is from the New York Times. The first debates are tonight. The first Democratic debates are tonight in Miami. And here is a breakdown of the candidates via a fun little interactive article from New York Times. Check this out. This is kind of fun. All right. The Democratic debates, night one, political dynamics to watch. Now, here you have the list. Bill de Blasio, Tim Ryan, Julian Castro, Cory Booker. He just found out today he was actually running for president. Elizabeth Warren, Beto O'Rourke, stand on something, stand for nothing. Amy Klobuchar, Tulsi Gabbard, Jay Inslee, and John Delaney, who does not have anyone in his family who loves him enough to tell him that he is making a complete fool of himself. And now that Howard Schultz is out of the race, he is a walking punchline. All right. So, some of the Democrats, this is according to the article here, some of the Democratic Party's strongest orators, including Senators Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts and Cory Booker of New Jersey, will be at the center of Wednesday's Democratic debate in Miami, the first of two this week. Ms. Warren is the only candidate on the first night who is pulling in double digits. All right, so here you go. Check it out. When you scroll down, it highlights 4 faces. Look at that. Yeah, there they are. They're just all up in there. That's Amy Klobuchar, Beto O'Rourke, stand on something, stand for nothing, Elizabeth Warren, and Cory Booker, who he actually turned his head and he said, "What? I'm running for president?" And that's how that picture happened. Isn't it interesting? That's how it happened. All right, so these 4, the leading candidates on the stage Wednesday night, have different ideologies, policy proposals, and political styles, but they share a common strategy. All are betting big on Iowa. That's very insightful. That's right there, very insightful. They all have a common strategy. They're focusing on the first states that everyone focuses on. That's the common strategy they have. They have differences. Depending on what the donors need, they have a difference in policy. But breaking news, all 4 frontrunners are trying to win this race. Take that home with you. All right, let's see what else is going on in here. Let's scroll down so we can see more pictures. Check it out. Oh, man, now it's just Beto O'Rourke and Elizabeth Warren. So they entered the debate as 2 candidates who are moving in opposite directions. Mr. O'Rourke has struggled to match the hype surrounding his March entry. Yeah, that's because his opponent's not Ted Cruz this time. Then I guess they're saying that Elizabeth Warren's building some momentum. All right, so let's see. There we go. All right, here we got Cory Booker and Beto O'Rourke. Booker is likely to get airtime for his recent back and forth with Joe Biden Jr. about segregationists, and he could use that as a jumping off point to make a splash. All right, and then Beto O'Rourke. All right, so this is Julian Castro. The only thing they have to say about him, he's from Texas. That's literally all they have to say about him. Amy Klobuchar and Elizabeth Warren, compared to Amy Klobuchar, Elizabeth Warren is very progressive. This is why they wanted, check this out. I mean, this is just, we've talked about this on the show. We've mentioned this on the show before. The reason, or I might have said this on other people's show, the reason they put Elizabeth Warren on night one with all of these super moderate candidates is because, or rather, most importantly, the reason they didn't put Elizabeth Warren and Bernie on the same night is because they want her to look like a big progressive. They want people to think that Elizabeth Warren is pretty much the same as Bernie policy-wise, which she isn't. She isn't. But they want people to think that. Now, what they weren't anticipating is that there's a wild card going on night one, and that is Tulsi Gabbard. So hopefully Tulsi Gabbard really gets to pin it to Elizabeth Warren so they know that, no, Elizabeth Warren is not the progressive option the way Bernie is or the way Tulsi Gabbard is, because she isn't. All right. But that's why, in this article, kind of, look, they're pinning her to Amy Klobuchar. And yeah, if you compare Elizabeth Warren to Amy Klobuchar, yeah, Elizabeth Warren's a progressive. Compared to Bernie, no, she's not. Compared to any other country in the world, any other democratic experiment in the world, she's not. She's right-wing. And she's backpedaled so much. All right, so single-issue candidates, they're trying to just paint Tulsi Gabbard as a peace candidate. even though she's progressive on many other issues as well. But they're going to try to kind of just pin her as, oh, she's a non-interventionist, that's it. Jay Inslee, governor of Washington State, running on climate change. All right. Bomb throwers from the wings. Bill de Blasio, mayor of New York City, John Delaney, do not have much in common. No, actually, they do have some things in common. They're boring. They stand on nothing, and nobody wants them to run. Nobody wants them. John Delaney gets his ass handed to him on Twitter daily. Daily. By all kinds of people. One of them, a fucking comedian who streams from his apartment and is having fucking hardware issues as we speak. Almost had to cancel a show today because of hardware issues. A fucking comedian streaming from his apartment. Serves it up to John Delaney on Twitter on a regular basis. Yes, I did. Bill de Blasio, his own city, asked him not to run. Speaking of people who are fucking up in their own cities, Pete Buttigieg, I guess, is night 2. All right. So there you go. By the way, they said nothing about Tim Ryan. That article, Tim Ryan is so boring, they had nothing to say about him. Nothing to say about him. They don't get to his summary until the end. So here's the candidates going up tonight. Bill de Blasio, Tim Ryan, Julian Castro, Cory Booker. Just found out today he was running, and I'm sure he's got some cheaper drug bills he can stop. Elizabeth Warren, she'll yell at the banks when the cameras are on, but she will not do much more than that. And she, God, I can't give her the benefit of the doubt anymore. I really can't. You know, it's like she'll take one step forward. She'll do something cool like a good drug bill with Bernie. Then she'll take a step back by okaying a military budget. Then she'll take a step forward again about student debt. Then she'll take a step back with her green military idea. It's just, I can't give her the benefit of the doubt anymore. I really can't. Beto O'Rourke, stand on something, stand for nothing. This guy got attention when he was running against Ted Cruz. Now that he's running against actual progressives, nobody likes him. Oh, and he played bass. He sucks. Amy Klobuchar, Tulsi Gabbard, Jay Inslee, John Delaney, who is really embarrassing himself big time. Even more so compared to all the other people on the stage, and that's saying a lot. All right. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our